Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Phil Bailey, architect, major at Academy Right University with another little blog snippet. Currently reading my book, Geometry of Design by Kimberly Elam. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I just decided to come up with another segment of my blog, which is going to focus on architecture firms that resonate, well, basically architecture firms that I resonate with, and firms that maybe I would love to work for, firms that have practices that I believe in or specific niches or specialties that I want to go into. And then I'm going to kind of review them, and I have one here with me. We're going to talk about that in a second, but I'm going to review these sites. I'm going to review these firms, and I think it's going to be pretty fun. So one thing that I noticed is a lot of people really want to get their businesses out there. A lot of people want to get found and discovered, but they don't really put forth the effort to do it. Um, Blogging is a very big way to do that and attract people to you based on Google search or Bing search or whatever, Facebook search, all that good stuff. Um, Basically, if you can't if you can't blog yourself, I mean, you should do it at least once a week. Maybe once every well, at least once a week. That's like ideal, like once a week. Um, but basically, I guess long story short is you need to hire somebody to do it for you, or have a team of people like we have in our community, um, that will blog and share blogs and help you come up with ideas and themes for blogs. So that way you can continue to write. Because when you put stuff out there, you're going to be attracting people to you based on, if you're doing a tutorial for your niche, you're doing a tutorial on how to do AutoCAD or how to do a certain seam or a certain stitch or whatever for fashion, or how to draw a certain way for illustration or whatever, how to use Photoshop. All those different kinds of things will help people be attracted to your channel or your blog based on videos, articles, or photos that you've posted and shared and written about on Google+, Facebook, Twitter, any of the social networks out there. So that's a very key point. Now, here's a little example. Here's a little example of what I recently experienced tonight, or earlier tonight. I was on Google Plus and I posted some photos and profile pages of my Behance profile or my Behance portfolio from the Academy of Art. I posted it on my Google Plus wall. I had people kind of, one plusing it, sharing it, and I've shared it publicly, and I've also shared it on Twitter. I've shared it on different networks. So I've been having people one plus it, which means kind of the same thing as a Facebook like. And basically, I was looking at my notification tonight, and I saw that some guy had one plused it, and I was like, okay, cool. Then I realized that this company that we're going to talk about, had actually commented on my profile from the Behance link. They said that they, really appreciated seeing my work, and that they said that they needed more architects like that. Now, I don't know if they're talking about they meaning that name of the company, or if they're just saying in general they need more architects like me. Whatever the case may be, I was very, very happy to see that, a company, had discovered me and my work, that's in my field. And you can see just by my facial expressions that I'm very excited about this, because this is the whole point of social media. I heard recently out of all my research that social media is becoming bigger, 600 times more powerful than social media, sorry, than search engine marketing, SEM, which is the opposite of SEO, which is search um, engine optimization. Sorry, I'm a little tired. It's about 6 o'clock. It's getting there. So yeah. So basically, social media marketing is becoming more popular. I'm messing all up. Wow. Good thing this is just like a one time through. I'm not even gonna edit it. But what I'm trying to say here is being on social media, tweeting, blogging, vlogging, videos, podcasts, all of that stuff is 600 times more powerful than the advertisements that people will pay money for. Like people pay money monthly to advertise on Google, to advertise on Facebook to reach a specific targeted niche. Now, why do that when you can do something for free? You know, you can own your own YouTube, you can own your own Facebook, you can own your own, MySpace page if you're still into that kind of thing. MySpace is kind of an old network, but they do still have good target niches overseas. So if you have an overseas fan base for music or a certain particular kind of music, maybe MySpace might be good for you. You can customize your pages, check it out. So let's go ahead and talk about the first company. I'm about 5 minutes into this now. Let's go ahead and talk about the first company, which is actually um, PHX Arc, and I discovered them on Google Plus. I'm gonna pull up their website. Make sure. Actually, this is gonna be kind of difficult. Let me do a make sure I got half and half display here so I can see what's going on. Nice. Okay, now what I need to do is move this over. Okay, great. We're going to adjust my camera just a wee bit. Alright. And make sure that I'm still in the frame. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking at this PHX art website. It's Phoenix Architecture. It says okay, let's start over a little bit. Basically, their website is, see if I can, well, you can just Google them, but PHX Arc. And so basically, they are a design firm, and when I read the comment, I actually went to their page. I went to their website because they have their website in their Google Plus profile, and they have a slideshow that you're greeted with, and I'm looking at the slideshow just like, oh my gosh, wow, this is amazing. Like I'm looking at it right now, and when they said they need more architects like me, my interpretation was thinking like, wait a second, well, maybe their style of architecture is something similar to what I do, or maybe just my kind of mindset is something that they're interested in. It could be a number of things. I don't know. That's why I replied to them. I comment on them. I said thank you. I appreciate it because when people when people reach out to you, whether it's from a fan page or from a company or an individual, you should reply to them and you should let them know that you appreciate that because appreciate them because you never know who may be a CEO or whatever. Shout out to my sponsors, Brett at Cremetta.com. Case in point, I was using their 14-day free trial. I emailed him and I said, hey man, I really like your products and I would love to use it. And these are the kind of products I'm working on. I told him about AMA. I told him about Modern Masterpiece, and he said, hey, check it out. So we're gonna extend your membership for the rest of the year. And so I had Carmeta for about 7 or 8 months. I've been using it to help me keep track of my time as a freelancer. Whether I'm drawing, any time away from my computer, um, I'm able to track. And it's just the best piece of software ever. They have the free trial, like I said. They have packages from like $19 a month. I think maybe a little bit less than that, but like $19 a month up to like $40 a month, I think. And it gives you different devices you can track. Like I can track um, I can track on my tablet here different time, and it'll automatically go to my Chrometa account. I can track my laptop. I can track, this computer. And so because of his support to my company and because of me reaching out to him and showing him that I appreciated his company, he then reached back to me and gave me an opportunity to try it out even longer. And I'm still currently with Chrometa as far as support goes, and I really appreciate that. So definitely shout out to you, Britt, and thank you for continuing to support my company. And so back to PHX Art. I'm just gonna go ahead and look through the portfolio, and I'm going to just kind of give you guys my first impression of them. Automatically, looking at the slideshow, they definitely have some very modern, classic kind of architecture, like different materials. It looks sustainable. They have this kind of like luxurious kind of villa style kind of vibe, I guess. I don't know, but it's really beautiful and I like it. This is a company that I think I would enjoy sponsorship, not a well, yeah, sponsorship too, but more importantly, to have opportunities of like internships would be awesome. To be able to go to Arizona, I'm only a couple hours away, and to be able to do, some kind of work study kind of thing, or I can go there. I could still do classes online at Academy of Art, and then when I want to go back to San Francisco, I can just go back and continue working on stuff, and that would just be awesome. So I'm looking at one of their sections called InDesign, and I'm looking at one particular building called Contemporary Mountain Home. I'm going to click on that. So looking at this Contemporary Mountain Home, this is so insane to me. Wow, this is so insane. So, and I'm not going to show you their photos because their site is copywritten and I don't want to infringe upon them, but I just will say go to their website, check out the InDesign section, and look at Contemporary Mountain Home. This is like amazing. It was made in Park City, Utah, and it basically looks very much like the kind of stuff that I do. I mean, it's got this like cylindrical kind of like column thing with these different windows around it, and then it has like some kind of like sunroom. Then it got these different sections, and the house seems to be on a slight curve, not too much, but like a slight curve. They have a lot of floor-to-ceiling glass, a lot of curtain glass, lots of kind of curves, and it's very organic. Lots of trees and greenery, and I can see I could definitely see myself working for this company. And like I said, I live in California right now, but like I wouldn't mind, living in California or close to Arizona, being able to drive to or fly into Arizona and do some work. I mean, like, why not? I mean, I was just telling one of my good friends today that, he's like, well, you're gonna be moving up north pretty soon to go to San Fran, and I'm like, yeah, but dude, like, think about how many companies have call centers overseas or how many companies have employees in different countries and they do work all virtual. There's employees out there who have never ever seen their employees face to face, and they can have virtual meetings, they can have, teleconference meetings, I mean, it's really it's really limitless like what we can do nowadays with the technology we have, and it's only going to get better. So back to this project, it looks really cool. It looks pretty sustainable. um, I believe this company mentioned to me something about sustainability. I'm gonna look at their commercial work. Um, Commercially, I'm seeing I'm seeing a lot of natural materials, a lot of exposed materials. I think that's pretty trendy for Arizona, being mostly a desert place or primarily a desert place. It's important for them to have cool spaces. So taking advantage of probably taller roofs, lots of openings, lots of natural cross ventilation. I think it's very important for them to take advantage of all the sun and natural light. And with my portfolio, what I like to do is I like to incorporate things like, solar heating. Like I like to incorporate like solar heating with the design of the structure of a building. So instead of just having like a steeple of a roof, like the steeple might be made out of metal, and I might have some kind of wrapping around metal piping or whatever that will take the sun and heat the pipes, and you can run your pool through it. You can run your whole entire house, the hot water system through that architectural element. And so in a couple of hours per day, you can heat the water for the day. You know what I mean? Like you can store this water in a underground or some kind of thermally protected or a thermally insulated container, and you can keep that water hot. You may heat it up in the daytime in about 3 hours, and after that, then you can um, lots of noises outside. But yeah, after about 3 hours, you would have like some kind of giant gallon of water or gallons of water or whatever, thousands of gallons of water that's completely heated up. That if you need to use it for heating a pool, hot tub, or taking a bath with at nighttime, and then just to take a shower or a bath in that kind of sustainable environment where you're like, man, like this water that I'm using It wasn't heated electronically. It wasn't heated with gas, natural gas. I don't care if it's, natural biofuel or what. Like you're using the sun, and that is a beautiful thing. Um, and it's completely sustainable. So, I mean, I'm just so fired up about. I'm just really fired up about all these different kinds of methods in architecture. I see a few. Looks like they have a few restaurants. Oh wow, they have a fitness center, and it looks like pretty cool. It looks like a place of luxury again, like something you would see in a movie where you've got ladies in their bathrobes and guys walking around with no shirts on, just kind of just like, hey, I'm going to the pool now, and you know, let's go get in the hot tub and soak in my really tiny shorts or whatever. And then we're gonna go back and have a massage or something like that. This is the kind of place that it looks like. It looks a little Spanish, like kind of like Spanish shingling. They have definitely the arches, stucco. Um, they have some kind of like basic stairs, basic stairs and everything like that. Let's check out clubhouses and hospitality. This is something that's kind of important to me, having grown up in the Boys and Girls Clubs. I would love to build a Boys and Girls Club someday. And AMA, my nonprofit, Aspiring Masters of Art, is a foundation, and definitely we would need a club, some kind of a building, and that building is called Masterpiece Loft. And because Modern Masterpiece, my design firm, and AMA are a unit, they coexist together. So therefore, um, Modern Masterpiece kind of funds AMA in many ways, and they also will help to, our different designers and our different speakers or tutors, different professionals would work with AMA students, and that's kind of how our system is going to work. Um, but yeah, I'm just looking around this website. I'm definitely loving their work. I must say they do have a style of architecture that I'm interested in. I think that if I was an architect for them, I would provide. What would I provide? If I was an architect for PHX Arc, I would provide a style of organic architecture that would complement their existing um, vibes of luxury, sustainability, hospitality. It seems like they have a lot of places like I like to design, which you could, see yourself walking along a path somewhere and sitting in amongst like some trees or having a good conversation. If you guys check out my Bailey Villa di Acqua Corriente, it's Italian for Bailey's Villa Flowing Waters, because the whole property is based on utilizing water, gravity, and the elements to be sustainable in this hillside community. If you look at that plan on my Behance profile, you'll notice a lot of little niches, little arches, little places where we can go and have a view. Um, because I'm building it with mostly sacred geometry, well, at least I'm trying to nowadays. I'm trying to convert my design to be more sacred, um, which is why I'm glad that I'm taking my IAD 161 or LA 161 this semester. It's really helped me to understand how the universe is kind of based on proportion, and how our minds subconsciously we are attracted to things of good proportion. And so, uh, having said all that, I think that I would be able to bring a good element of sustainability too, with my own style of curves and glass and um, my different technologies of heating water, flushing toilets, having gardens that would having your gray water systems replenish gardens. Those gardens could be you know making flower beds for particular butterflies to be attracted to or particular bees to be attracted to. All those different kind of things I think work hand in hand. And just like I'm learning about the golden section in this book, Geometry of Design, I'm also learning about different orders of different spirals and how just just like the harmony of the universe works. It's just quite an amazing study. Um, I mean that's kind of all I really wanted to say. I'm gonna look at. They have a topic called classic residential. Now, if that doesn't sound like some kind of modern masterpiece, title that I would give my work. I don't know what is. Like this is truly an interesting find for me that they actually, found my profile and had commented on it, and that also their work truly does seem like something that I would love to do. Um, I'm very big into community. I'm very big into residential. I used to want to be a civil architectural engineer, and I still want to take classes in architectural engineering. I still want to get that degree, but I'm going to focus on architecture with sustainability first. That's the path that I'm on right now. But definitely, I have a background in engineering. I've taken statics already at the junior level, um, well, junior college level. Um, they basically taught us how to calculate forces with systems of forces and summation of forces, all that kind of stuff, all that geeky technical stuff. Um, so I'm looking at an estate here called Silverleaf Estate, and by the way, their website is designed very well. It uses very good HTML5 compliant technology. They have very nice links. They have very good titles. They have very nice pictures, and a very good site hierarchy of structure. I mean that just goes to show the kind of attention that they put in the details, because it truly reflects their style of architecture, I think. Here's a project of theirs called, oh wow, it's the same estate, Silverleaf Estate, and it's very beautiful. They have this facade which is a bunch of I would say something like an Italian kind of cobblestone type facade, in contrast to like the stucco, and it just makes like such a crazy combination. The floors are completely hand laid. The entrances have archways with looks like wrought iron doors with glass, and I mean just some really really classical stuff here. And I'm just like, whoa, dude, what is this? The architect, let's see, I'll see if I says who the architect is. It just says PHX Architecture is the architect, so maybe this their whole team built the house, maybe not one particular person. Wow, 10,000 square feet. That sounds like me again. Like I have a hard time. I have a hard time as an architect designing homes that are less than 5,000 square feet. Why? Because the properties that I design are not just they're not just land. It's not just land. It's not just a home. I have pieces on the property where you can actually, like I said, you can ride horses to. My first house plan was 4 buildings, and it was 30,000 square feet. The property was 30,000 square feet, but the total living space was about 10,000, amongst 4 buildings, and there was like a big canal. You could ride like a little gondola around the canal. The canal actually built up energy based on gravity and water pressure. It had a man-made waterfall. Um, I mean, I'm totally geeking out right now checking out this site, and I'm very thankful that I came up with the idea. I had this epiphany tonight to research architectural companies that I like, because I said, you know what, maybe that's a good way that I can get people to really engage with my brand, Modern Masterpiece, and who I am as a designer. Um, and yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, like you totally, for anybody out there, what I recommend is you totally have to just do. Like, it's good to have dreams, it's good to have ideas, but it's more important to just do than it is to think about, well, how am I going to be successful? How am I going to get my work out there? I'm only one person. How am I going to build a whole portfolio like I really need? Dude, just build it. Like, just start building it. Put the paper to the pencil, or if you want to build that way, put the paper to the pencil and just start drawing. But pencil to the paper, whatever your tool, whatever your medium, whether it's AutoCAD, paper, if you need to photograph some spaces, like go out in the world, photograph some stuff, go into Photoshop, take those different elements and paste them in Photoshop like one big collage, and make a whole portfolio just on stuff, and as I'm brainstorming these different ideas, this is what I do. Like, this is what I do on a regular basis. I eat, sleep, dream, dance, compose architecture, sustainable, all day, every day. Um, and I've been doing this since I was 4 years old. I've always known I wanted to be an architect. Always. Just a little side note: what I'm wearing right now is one of my prosperity necklaces that I made, and you might not be able to see it as well, but this is a it's a 100 feet of 2 millimeter cord that is actually strong enough to hold me if I wanted to climb with it, or you know, kind of like abseil or something like that with it. I could do it. I've got a little thing here that I got in Miami. It's like it's like a tooth type of thing with a grain of rice that says MCM Phil Bailey written on a grain of rice. I have a centavo from the Philippines, which represents prosperity in my travels. I went to the Philippines in 2010, and that was like a place that really changed my life, and it really inspired me to want to do architecture and be greener. It inspired me to reduce my waste on paper. That's why I'm currently drawing on craft paper and not on regular white paper. I'm always trying to find ways to be greener. I use Evernote. I use it on my tablet. Go Android. Go Evernote. Shout out to Evernote. I would love you guys to sponsor me and to support me. I know that you guys do partnerships, and I would love to be a partner for AMA. That would be awesome. And I mean, I'm just chilling. I mean, it's early morning. What time is it? 6:21 in the morning. Shout out again to Tiavana. Um, and again, for you guys out there who are students or entrepreneurs or self-made business people, I talk to a lot of businesses on a regular basis. And a lot of people ask me, I'm not like, I wouldn't say that I'm like super duper successful right now. Like, I'm successful because I have a good portfolio. I never give up with what I do, and I'm always working on ways to improve myself, improve my company, improve my portfolio. I just do it. I don't ask questions. Well, I do. I mean, sorry, I ask questions, but personally, I don't ask myself what I'm going to do. I just start doing stuff, and then eventually I figure out the meaning behind what I did, and I start to tie all these different things together. How AMA relates to modern masterpiece, how my music compositions relate to architecture, and how when I do documentary video, how I'm inspiring some of the musical aspects that I compose with, or I mean just everything in my life, just like the golden section and golden spirals is about harmony and different relationships and proportions in life. I find these different relationships in my own work, and so over time, you'll realize these things. You don't always know right offhand what something is or what it means to you, but what my advice to you is to just go out there and just do stuff, and then eventually just analyze things. Start a blog, start a journal, and write for 30 days or write for 3 months, every day or at least every other day, something that you're thankful for, something that has happened that inspired you. Write about the things that you were asking, like, man, I would love to have some nice Tiavana. Man, I would love to have Evernote Business. Man, I would love to have, some Rodea drawing books. Man, I would love to have whatever it is. And then you would start to see like, oh man, a week ago I was asking for this thing, and then now a couple of days later, or a week and a couple of days later, I have it. And then you can recognize those blessings that come into your life when they do. If you don't write it down on a daily basis, if you don't you know, go back to your journals, you might not realize how fortunate you are in life. And I think that's something I realized having been to the Philippines. I've been so inspired. I have so many videos, so much footage there of me living on small islands, me making water on small islands out of a plastic bag, and just the sun and bushes. Um, Man, I don't know what to say. Like I'm truly passionate about it, and I think that this company, PHX Architecture, would be a good company for me to work for. Definitely, if you guys are out there watching, shout out to you guys. I love your website. If you guys will contact me, I would love to talk about internship possibilities. And I would love to learn more about your company. I'm going to continue to look at the portfolio. I'm going to hopefully send you guys some of my material. I'm pretty sure you guys are checking out my Behance already. So definitely please follow me on Behance. I'm going to be updating that portfolio quite often. And to everybody else out there, shout out to my community, AAUHU. Shout out to the AMA community. and I'll see you guys next time. Continue to be inspired, continue to be inspirational to others, and continue to share the wealth. All right, see you guys.